Hi, I was asked to show you guys to make a video to show you guys how I set up my grade book every quarter. So I'm going to set up my grades for third quarter and show you guys how I do that right now. So we have to have 8 checks for understanding and 4 assessments each quarter. So I give really generic names. I call my checks for understanding check for understanding, and I call my assessments progress towards grade level standards, but it may be easier to just label them biweekly assessments. So I'm going to go ahead and set up one right now. So I'm going to go new assignment. I'm just going to pick the first class on my list. I'm going to give so this is going to be quarter 3. So I'm going to say Q3, week 1. Check for understanding. The date I would just set to whatever the date is for the first week of that quarter. I know this quarter begins in January, so I'm gonna just make the begin date. Let's make it January 3rd. I don't know if that's when we return or not. And the due date, let's make it the end of that week. So January 01/08/2022. The description I'm not going to fill in right now. I'm leaving this generic. Now, when I actually get to quarter 3, week 1, and I do my check for understanding, I'm going to make a note right here. So, for example, this is my language arts class. So I might type in a note saying that this grade is based on Sunday. If it were math, I might say it's based on touch math. So on and so forth. So I'm going to make the assignment type check for understanding. Subject for this one is English. And then when I jump down to the standards, you can choose here for score type. You could either choose percentage or raw score, whichever works better for you. Raw score, you put in the total number of points possible and it calculates a percentage for you. I'm going to leave it as percentage because that's what I like for mine. Never change this points amount here, though. Well, here, let me show you why. So if you change it to raw score, you make it out of, you make your max score, but don't ever change. The point should always be 1 because it's already weighted the way that they want assessments versus checks for understanding to be weighted. So you always pick the top one. You have to have 2 blue ones. So the top one is always the subject. And then I pick the most general one. So I'm going to pick reading for literature. So you have to have 2 blues and 1 white. And then I'm going to pick key ideas and details. And then I'm going to save this assignment. All right. And then to make this go quicker, for just this first subject, I'm going to copy that 8 times, and I'm just going to change the week. So week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to copy, you go to the top, copy assignment. Okay. And after I set up my first subject, I'm just going to copy that over and make some changes for all of my subjects. So I'm just doing one subject for one class, and then I'm copy and paste to all of my other subjects and classes and just make my changes. So I'm going to pick this assignment because that's the assignment I want to copy. Click next. And then here, I pick the class that I wanted to copy to. You can pick multiple classes. So when I make this for the rest of my classes, I'm going to pick multiple classes. But for right now, I'm going to copy it over to this same class. Okay. And then we click this. And it drops that down to here. And then I'm going to change this to week 2, and everything else will stay the same. So I'm going to pause this. And then, of course, I'm going to click finish. Okay. And then I'm going to click reset and copy more, and I'm gonna do this 8 more times. You don't need to see that, it's the same process. All right, so in all, that took me 10 minutes to copy all of these. It gets quicker once you have the very first class done. The rest of it flies by. I forgot to say also, when you're copying it, there's a spot for you to change the date. So you want to do that. But now I'm going to set up the other assignment and then copy and paste that one. So I'm going to click to create a new assignment. And I'm going to call this one. And for the assessments, I do all the even numbered weeks. So I'm going to do quarter 3, week 2. And then when I'm copying it, I'll change it to week 4, 6, and 8. So bi-weekly assessment. Assignment type is going to be assessment. Subject, I'm still in my English language arts class. And so we started the last time on January 3rd. So week 2 was January 10th. And the end of that week would be, end of that week would be the 14th. Then I want to click my correlations. And then save that assignment. And now I'm going to just jump in and copy that over for weeks 4, 6, and 8. All right, so this is the part where I said I forgot to pick the date. So I'm picking the same class. And I'm going to drop this down to there. I am changing this now to week 4. And then I'm going to change the date. So I'm going to add the week after that will be the 24th. And then I would change this date right here to the 28th. And then I jump down here and click finished. And then I would do the same for weeks 6 and 8. All right, so this is what it looks like once I have one class set up for the whole quarter. Now I'm just going to jump in and change it for the rest of the quarter. So I'm going to go back to Gradebook, click copy assignment. I am going to highlight all of these assignments, pop down here and click next. Here, I'm going to pick every class except for the class that I set up. So I set up this class, so I'm going to pick every other class. Okay. That one, that one, that one, that one. Then once you have all your classes selected, you click the arrow. It drops those classes down for each and every assignment. And so you may only want to do 1 or 2 classes at a time, because it's less confusing for me, but you can also do it this way. So once we drop this down to here, for some reason it didn't drop. There it is. All right, so no, you have to. So you want to do, because you have to change here, you have to change the subject. And then you also want to change your grade correlations here. You want to do your English classes together, your history classes together, your science classes together. And you want to use the one that says use matching report card correlations and names if it's the same subject and the same grade, or use subject name to select matching report card correlations if it's a different grade. So subject you pick here, grade you pick here. You've got 4 classes, so you've got to do that 4 times. It takes me a half an hour to do my whole grade book for 1 quarter. And once I have 1 quarter set up, I can copy and paste it over to all of the other quarters. Changing the quarter is on the screen previous to this. So if I go back, you just pick it didn't go back, but you pick the quarter that you want to pick, that you want to choose from. And then when you get to this page, you select, pick a specific grading period, and then you can copy it over to Q3, Q4, whatever it is. All right, but there you have it. That's pretty much it. You're just copying and pasting everything. You're setting up the assignments with generic names. So I use the quarter, the week, and check for understanding. And then you need 8 of those checks for understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't see all my fingers on there. And then you need 4 assessments. So I use biweekly assessment, or I use progress towards grade level standards. All right, thanks, bye. All right, one last thing I forgot. When you change subjects, you have to go in and edit assignments. So you can see I changed to math. All of the assignments are there. Took me like 2 minutes to do that part. But then when you change subjects, you have to go in, edit the assignment, and then just drop down to this section. Math is already checked, but you have to pick your thing. So for math, I usually pick the number system because that's the most universal one that applies to our level of students. And then I pick whichever thing is most general, and then you just 1 quick minute. That was less than 30 seconds, even with me talking, to go in and do that. So maybe take you another 5 minutes per subject to do that, if that. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.